Hi KS family, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. There's been a lot of talk about the Indian government banning crypto. I thought we could have a special look into that. To get things started, about 80.4 billion US dollars has been invested by Indian investors in crypto assets. Approximately 105 million people from India own crypto. That's about an average holding of US $765, and we're looking at a 600% growth rate over the past year. Yesterday, a leading cryptocurrency exchange in India, Wazirx, witnessed a terrible sell-off. Bitcoin was down about 17%, Ethereum 12% down, Shiba Inu 20% down, Doge 16% down, Sandbox 4% down, and USDT 14% down. I always believe in getting the facts straight from the source, so I actually went to Wazirx and joined up. I've seen here that this is the Indian rupee. This particularly is Bitcoin against the Indian rupee, and you can see, yes, it did definitely come down. We don't see the same type of momentum in Bitcoin versus the US dollar against Tether, BTC versus USDT. And it was really fascinating that Tether absolutely plummeted against the local Indian currency and has since set up a bounce. So what caused all this mayhem inside the market? Business Today India said the winter session 2021, zero public consultation on 60% of the bills to be introduced. There is a bill to be introduced, at least to be discussed, that was one of those 29 bills. That particular bill is the Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill 2021. What this article is actually about is the pre-legislative consultation policy of 2014 requires a minimum period of 30 days for something to be passed. That didn't occur with the Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill 2021, and this is causing a lot of panic in the market. As always, we go straight to the source. So you can see from this particular URL, on November the 23rd, 2021, these are the amendments or the bills to be put in front of Parliament. In particular, there is a Section A and a Section B. Section A are bills introduced. They're more advanced, more progressed, and more mature. The Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill 2021 isn't in the A list. It's actually in the B list, and the B list has 26 bills to be considered. You will hear a lot of people talking about this. What it is, there's very, very little information on this bill whatsoever, so I had to do a tremendous amount of digging. You can see what it's about: to create a facilitative framework for the creation of the official digital currency to be issued by the Reserve Bank of India. This is what it's about. The bill also seeks to prohibit all private cryptocurrencies in India. However, it allows for certain exceptions to promote the underlying technology of cryptocurrency and its uses. It's basically a motion proposed to be moved. It's about introduction, consideration, and potentially passing, but it's not saying that it will be passed. This particular document was just released, but the winter session of the Parliament actually occurs on January the 29th. It's worth noting that this particular bill was proposed on January the 29th. That is quite a few months prior to this current one. It's being brought up in front of the legislators again. Now, what exactly is being brought up? This is the critical question. We have to do a bit of digging here. This took me a lot of time to actually uncover. In all likelihood, they're going to bring forward a change to the banning of cryptocurrency and regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill of 2019. And of course, this was never passed. This particular bill is incredibly heavy-handed. It puts China to shame. The Indian government just went all out on crypto. But as you can see, it didn't do much of anything. I believe, and many people do as well, that crypto is absolutely inevitable. But we shouldn't lose sight of how ridiculously stupid lawmakers can be. This potential piece of legislation says that no person shall directly or indirectly use cryptocurrency as a payment system to buy or sell or store cryptocurrency. That's point number B. Clause C, provide cryptocurrency related services to customers or consumers or investors, which include registering, trading, settling, clearing, or other services. Literally, all the governments around the world are trying to protect the existing financial system. All of these laws, no matter where they come from, are really designed to protect the banking system and the status quo. Unfortunately, they're not going to have much luck. I think it's very much akin to when the automobile was created. Everything was horse and buggy in major cities, and the automobile was deemed as a health hazard and a violation of all sorts of things, and we're not using horses and buggies anymore. Chapter 5 of that bill gives very explicit prohibitions. No person shall directly or indirectly use cryptocurrency as a medium of exchange, a store of value, a unit of account. That's what cryptocurrencies are for. Cryptocurrencies shall not be used as legal tender or currency at any place in India. You might notice that I've got 8 in brackets 4. That is a penalty clause. I'll just draw your attention to that in a moment. This goes right into the heart of what the Indian government is trying to prevent, and those red bracketed numbers are basically the penalties for doing this for the Indian people. 7.1. No person shall indirectly, directly or indirectly use crypto as a payment system. A. Clause B, buy or sell or store crypto. Clause C, provide cryptocurrency related services. Clause D, trade cryptocurrency with Indian currency or any foreign currency. E, issue cryptocurrency related financial products. F, as a basis of credit. G, issue cryptocurrency as a means of raising funds. H, as a means for investment. You can see 8.1, 8.2 and 8.4 penalty provisions attached to this. Those provisions are here. I just broke them out so you can actually see a little bit more clearly what is going on. But it's really straightforward and simple. Basically, the Indian government will fine or imprison anybody that violates basically anything from 1 year up to 10 years imprisonment or a fine. And this is pretty much the summary of it. It's fairly heavy-handed stuff. In fact, incredibly heavy-handed. It goes on in 9.1 to say if previously convicted of an offence related to this, not less than 5 years in prison and extended to 10 and with a fine. And what is the amount of the fine? That's in 10.1. We can see it's 3 times the loss or harm, 3 times the gain, or the maximum amount of any fine that could be leveraged. 17.1 could also impact particular exchanges or companies offering investment products in crypto. It's basically saying that when a violation of this act is committed by a body corporate, every officer of the body corporate is liable for the commission of that violation. They're basically lifting the corporate veil, as we talk about in law a lot. When we look at Chapter 2 to 1, subsection O, we can see a person includes an association of people or a body of individuals, incorporated or not. They also define cryptocurrency in 2.1a. It's basically a digital representation of value that functions as a store of value, a unit of account, and can be used in financial transactions or investments. You'll also note that they tried to capture miners and mining. Miner is anyone engaged in the mining of cryptocurrency. That's pretty straightforward. Mining is the activity aimed at creating a cryptocurrency and or validating a transaction between buyer and seller. I also found it quite interesting to note that they wanted to create an amendment to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 to put all of those clauses in terms of 8.1 and really all about making sure that they could have multiple acts that targeted crypto. Now, the important thing to note is this act has not been passed. It's really a draft. But what is incredibly interesting is this will form the basis of these new laws that they're proposing. If we look back to this particular part of the bill to be introduced, we can see, however, it allows for certain exceptions to promote the underlying technology of cryptocurrency and its uses. And there's a little bit above that. The bill also seeks to prohibit all private cryptocurrencies in India. If we go back to that 2019 bill that didn't pass, what 3.2 says, nothing in this act shall apply to any person using technology or processes underlying any cryptocurrency for the purpose, this is the exception, of experiment or research, including imparting of instructions to pupils, provided that no cryptocurrency shall be used for making or receiving payment in such activity. And Clause 3 says nothing in this act shall apply to the use of DLT, distributed ledger technology, for creating a network for delivery of any financial or other services or for creating value. They're talking about the banking system without involving any use of cryptocurrency in any form whatsoever for making or receiving payment. I think a lot of people have misconstrued this as saying that private cryptocurrencies are just things like privacy coins, Monero and Dash and SEC and things like that. A case in point is what happens in Australia. XMR, ZEC, Dash, XVG, and a variety of other privacy-related coins are restricted. We can't buy them in Australia. This is from Binance and literally from today. There's some discussion that crypto may be allowed as an asset and not as a currency. That's a really good thing. That's just coming into line with what the rest of the world does. This is yet another article, India crypto ban about payments, not the asset class. It's really quite interesting that as far as the globe is concerned, there's so many countries that have banned crypto and their citizens are still using crypto. Vietnam, the government banned crypto, but they've got one of the highest adoptions in the world of crypto. I think governments need to wake up that crypto cannot be stopped. I believe that what governments need to do is basically 5 things. They need to target, first of all the governments jump up and down because they want to issue a central bank digital currency. CBDCs are nothing more than stable coins like USDT or USDC. That's Tether or Circle. CBDCs are nothing like Ethereum or Bitcoin. We've seen incredibly heavy-handed responses by governments throughout the world. They seek to destroy. Instead, they should seek to leverage. The floodgates are open. They can't stop it. It's just like the horse and buggy. Bring the horse and buggy back. No, it's not going to be a major form of transportation. Point number 3, classify as an asset and do capital gains tax. That's what advanced economies all around the world are doing. Point number 4 is educate. People always talk about, in the government, they say, oh, people are being taken advantage of. And that's true. There are some people that are being taken advantage of. So what is the government doing about it? Oh, I know, let's just kill the industry. Well, that's a pretty dumb thing to do for any government. There's literally trillions and trillions of dollars worth of value. It is the upgrade of the current internet to the internet of value. It's like someone saying, well, it's like a government saying, oh, this new thing called the internet back in the 1990s, will pass laws and ban the internet. They tried, it didn't work. And I know I was there as an internet service provider. I ran ISP where people dialed up with their modems. Oh my goodness, it was a terribly turbulent time, but adoption is inevitable with smarter, faster, cheaper technology. And that brings point number 5, upskill. Gain an early mover advantage. Instead of making people ignorant, educate them. I would suggest to governments considering banning Bitcoin and other cryptos to just take a note of what Ukraine is doing. Ukraine wants to become the cryptocurrency capital of the world, and it's going to get a chance to do so with so many advanced economies acting so stupidly. It opens the door to other economies to take over. Basically, the Ukraine is lowering the taxes, minimizing paperwork, and attracting all the crypto talent to its country. That's really, really clever. It's just such a shame advanced economies can't figure it out. Also, Ukraine is not making empty promises. They've got 46,351 Bitcoin, approximately $2.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. They're committed. It's such a shame when I look at this particular list that I don't see more advanced economies taking up Bitcoin and embracing it. It is the next evolution of the internet to the internet of value. It cannot be stopped. Even if governments, for example, say India got its way and it made all cryptocurrency transactions illegal. The Indian people are spread throughout the entire world. They'll just transfer their money out of India into other countries that are crypto friendly. To the Prime Minister of India, you're making a mistake. It's really important to understand that in a digital economy, everything transfers all around the world at the speed of light. Borders and boundaries make no difference. There are no borders. And because geographically families are completely spread out, there's nothing that can stand in the way of crypto. It's designed to cheapen remittances, and it's designed to dramatically increase the speed of transactions, and it also introduces smart contracts and so many other things. There have been plenty of countries that have sought to ban crypto, but their people are smart and they just get around it anyway. Distributed family technology is what exists in the world today. It's likely to be a lengthy process in India no matter what, and the fact that they haven't gone through the due diligence, the pre-legislative consultation policy of 2014 might render it anything that they would decide subject to challenges on legitimacy. I can see that basically no matter what happens, cryptocurrency cannot be stopped. There is always turbulence. And many people might say this is India FUD. I don't think it's FUD. I think it's very real. The governments are just trying to stop something, and they're all so old and so set in their ways, and they don't understand what they're doing. They're leading countries, the parliaments, the politicians, they're leading countries into the brink of disaster. It's almost, for example, if you went back to 1990 and you were in government and you said, oh, this new thing called the internet, that's going to really upset the telecommunications industry. Fast forward and look at the USA. The USA completely embraced internet technology. It has all the internet technology giants, and they're worth trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. How incredibly silly and short-sighted these movements by government are, especially an advanced economy like India. I don't generally get any way emotionally involved in the content that I make, but I'm just so sad to see so many governments getting it so utterly wrong. These movements by government will hurt their people, and I believe they know that. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. I'd be really interested to understand if I'm somehow missing something. After being in financial markets for more than 3 decades, you get a little bit jaded when the powers that be say that they're protecting people, but they're not protecting them at all. Anyway, I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. To summarize all the findings of this video, anything that happens if we get negative price momentum inside the market, I believe it will just be short term. This is a technology that just cannot be stopped, and I believe the Indian people are incredibly resourceful. They'll just transfer their money to their children that are overseas or their relatives that are overseas. It's a very family conscious country. It's just how things work. Just like the Chinese. When there's incredible gains to be made, people are very prepared to get involved. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.